big redesign, OLED displays, thinner bodies, and the M3 chip. All of these are expected features for the 2024 iPad Pro, and I'm so excited. This is my 2018 generation, and I'm super excited for the 24 generation because, again, this is an old iPad Pro. It's about 6 years old now, and I want to upgrade it. So, yeah, I want to see what Apple does on the iPad Pro 2024. We haven't gotten any new big redesigns or upgrades for the iPad Pro lineup since 2018, I would say, because this was the last time that we saw a big redesign to the iPad. 2020, we got the dual camera system. 2021, we got mini LED. But since the M2 generation, no more new iPad Pros. So now it's actually almost 2 years since we got a new iPad Pro. Kind of weird, no iPad Pros in 2023. Now in 2024, we are expecting a new generation one with big redesigns. So if you are excited, drop a like down below, subscribe to the channel. Let's talk about the newer generation iPad Pro, shall we? The 2018 iPad Pro was an insane redesign. It was revolutionary. It changed the iPad Pro forever. It was so good that since then Apple is having very much trouble telling us buyers of the 2018 generation and trying to convince us to upgrade, which is not normal. Normally, we, Apple sheep, like to upgrade our products frequently, but the iPad Pro 2018 was so good that most of us don't want to, don't feel the need to. And iPadOS has actually helped us in that way because, again, no new big features that require the newer generation iPad Pros. Final Cut Pro maybe, but that's not enough. But according to rumors, in 2024, we are getting a new generation iPad Pro. And this time, Apple is coming in strong. After not releasing any new iPads in 2023, Apple comes into 2024 trying to fix their iPad lineup, especially the iPad Pro. If you don't know, currently we have an 11-inch iPad Pro with no mini LED, just a normal LCD with 120 Hz. And then we have this boy right here. This is the 12.9-inch iPad Pro. This has the mini LED display. Again, this is the 2018 generation, but if you imagine that this is the 2022 generation, the M2, this has the mini LED display, while the 11-inch doesn't. But other than that, the big differences from the 2018 generation to the 22 generation is actually very small. But this is about to change. Apple is about to release a new iPad Pro in the Apple March event. That is rumored to happen at the end of March. This event will see lots of new things. According to rumors, we are getting an M3 MacBook Air, we are getting new iPad Airs, and now the iPad Pro. Today's video is going to be focused on the iPad Pro because I think that's probably the biggest and most exciting product of this event. Yes, the iPad Pro. According to leaks, we are getting a thinner iPad Pro with a redesigned body and especially bigger displays. According to rumors, we are getting a 13-inch iPad Pro, so a jump of 0.1 inches on that iPad, and a bigger, smaller iPad Pro. You know, like the 11-inch is going to get a bit bigger also. I don't know if it's 11.2, 11.3, I'm not sure. But we are getting new iPad Pros. And all of these iPad Pros, both models, are getting the OLED displays. Yes, this is big because this is the first time that we are going to see OLED displays on an iPad. And oh my god, they're going to look gorgeous. Now the mini LED displays, they look insane on the iPads, they look really good on the MacBooks. But imagine a huge iPhone display. That's what I'm expecting for this iPad Pro, and I'm super excited. Together with the thinnest rumors, this is going to be the most beautiful iPad Pro and the best one to use ever made. It's going to feel so premium and so cool to use. But there's a point to making this iPad so thin and having the OLED display with 120 Hz and being touch capacitive. Well, the biggest news is that we are getting a new Magic Keyboard case. And this Magic Keyboard case is rumored to be made of premium materials like aluminum. This is going to be made to look like a MacBook Pro or a MacBook Air, which is quite insane. Apple is going to probably create a case, an accessory for the iPad Pro, where you connect your iPad Pro, this very thin tablet, to a keyboard case. But this keyboard case will, together with your iPad, create a sense of using a laptop. Almost like the Surface, the Microsoft Surface laptop. That was a very genius idea, and Apple is trying to refine that idea. If they can actually succeed with this, they will eat a lot of MacBook Air sales because this is a very exciting product. Nowadays, people love the touch interface, but when you buy a Mac, you have to miss on it. I know, it's kind of weird. Some Windows laptops have touch screens, but Apple never put a touchscreen on the Mac, and they never will. So Yeah, makes sense that instead of pushing the Mac towards the iPad, they will push the iPad towards the Mac. I do believe that the iPad has a brighter future in terms of hardware than the Mac. The Mac is only probably going to see tiny, very tiny bit iterations on the hardware side, and then of course just improvements on the chip side. More efficiency, more power, more battery. That's it. While the iPad is going to change form factor, it's going to evolve. The iPad is on a constant evolution that is threatened by the Mac, by the Apple Vision Pro, and by the iPhone. It needs to evolve to survive. And this 2024 generation, it's just like that. It's going to change, it's going to adapt to its new environment, which is the creation of the Apple Vision Pro, the bigger screens, the 6.9-inch displays on the iPhone 16 Pro Max that are actually coming out. So the iPad needs to change, needs to adapt. They're going to increase the size of the displays. They're going to make the displays actually way better, OLED displays, to match up with the iPhone. They're going to make the iPad Pro thinner at 5mm thin, super thin. I hope it doesn't fold, just like the 2018 generation. This generation of the iPads had a lot of issues because lots of people could just fold the iPad with their hands. These 12.9 inches, whoa, they like bended just like butter. Quite dangerous, do not try it at home. But if this iPad Pro, the 2018 generation, is like 6mm thin, imagine an iPad Pro being 5mm thin. Insane. That's almost 20% reduction in thickness. That's insane, insane levels of thickness. Like, this is going to be like a piece of paper. Insane, insane. And then, coupled with this, you got an OLED display, you got a 13-inch size display, you got the M3 chip, a new Magic Keyboard case that allows you to connect it just like wirelessly, and then you have almost like a Mac display and keyboard and mouse, but it's a touchscreen. So on top of all the Mac good things, you have a touchscreen. All of these together will make the iPad Pro 2024 generation very compelling. The only thing that could steer us away from this iPad Pro is the price. And according to rumors, Apple is not going to be nice. All of these big changes in terms of the hardware coming to the iPad, they are going to be expensive. According to websites like 9to5Mac and Mac Rumors, this iPad Pro could cost up to $1,800 for the 13-inch display and like $1,500 for the 11-inch. Although more recent leaks have been saying that Apple could not exaggerate the prices that much, and I tend to agree with them. Like if they increase the price by $1,000 or by $800 on the base iPads, no one is going to buy them. Like $2,000 for an iPad, it's insane. No one is going to buy them, right? I hope so. So makes sense that if they jump the price from the 11-inch from $800 or $750 that they cost right now to maybe $900, and then they increase the 12.9-inch or now the 13-inch display to about $1,200, $1,300 maximum. That's the most that I see people paying for it. I don't see people paying like $2,000 for an iPad Pro base storage, like 512 gigabytes of storage. I don't know. There's no leaks saying that Apple will increase the base storage. There's no leaks that Apple will change anything else. Just, again, I will summarize this video in 5 sentences. They will replace the display, the mini LED display, with an OLED display. They will make the body thinner. They will make the display bigger. So expect a thinner sheet of glass and aluminum, which is a little bit bigger in terms of size. I don't know if they're going to decrease the bezel size or they are going to increase the sheer size of the case. Because again, these bezels on the iPad Pro, the 2018 generation, they are thin enough for you to hold and not to accidentally touch the display and provoke accidental touches. So if they make the bezels thinner, where will you grab your iPad? I simply don't know. And by looking at this iPad Pro, one more thing, the Apple Pencil is going to be changed and redesigned too. According to rumors, we are getting a new Apple Pencil. Check, this is the 2nd generation Apple Pencil. And with the launch of the USB-C version of this generation, so this generation with the USB-C top, the new cheap Apple Pencil, I do believe that Apple will redesign the Pro Apple Pencil. Maybe call it the Apple Pencil Pro, call it the Apple Pencil 3rd generation, I don't know. They will redesign it, and probably they're going to change the site of the charging. Instead of charging right there, like the older iPads, putting it right there will enable the Apple Pencil to charge. Instead of putting it right there, maybe they will move up to there, or to there, or to the other side. I don't know. They will have to create another way, because they need to put this charger anywhere else if they want to change the location of the camera. So the front camera right there, they want to put it on the landscape. So when you are doing FaceTime calls or Zoom calls, it's not weird, because all of us know the effect of recording a front-facing video or doing any type of calls with this camera, you are looking to the side, which is quite weird and not ergonomic. But if Apple decides to change the place of the camera from a portrait orientation to a landscape orientation, it will be a nice addition to the 2024 generation and another step towards the perfect laptop replacement. But I do believe that the problem with the iPad is much bigger than the hardware. And if they don't change up the software, if they don't innovate in that regard, then the iPad Pro will never be able to replace a laptop. But again, all of these hardware changes are a step towards it, and I'm super excited to see it on March. So let me know in the comments down below which one of these is your favorite. Do you think all of them will come out? Do you think we are wrong on believing these rumors? Let me know all of that in the comments down below. Oh, and let me know, do you have an iPad Pro? Do you want an iPad Pro? Or do you think that it's completely obsolete because of the Apple Vision Pro? I do believe that the iPad is probably the product that suffers the most, and it's probably the one that is turned more obsolete with the release of the Apple Vision Pro. But let me know all of that on the comments down below. Thank you guys for watching. Do not forget to drop a like down below and subscribe to the channel. Bye bye.